we've tend to dealing with a lot of agents, in doing the insurance work that we do. And in that, we find out the laziness in the agent. We're so caught up in wanting to buy the house that we forget the bigger aspects of things. It's that shock and awe moment, that overwhelming feeling that, you're so excited, and that excitement usually misconstrues the mind of where it should be in making sure that you're making the right decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to give it its due diligence.
And then it goes even deeper than that. Then it comes to, okay, well, I'm here, I'm purchasing the home. Now it comes to insurable value. What deductibles do I want to hit? Do I want an adjustable deductible? Do I even know what an adjustable deductible is? A lot of our customers, we get to them and they suffer a loss, and they're under the assumption that they're on $1,000, $2,000 deductible. And that's what it probably was at the time that they signed up the policy. The problem is that it changes, with an adjustable rate mortgage. It's going to change. It's going to go up with property value. And right now, property values are going up. A lot of your insurance is purchased online now. And that's a problem.
That's true.
That's a big problem. A lot of these people are like, well, I got the insurance online, and they're not going to really be out for your best interest. They're not.
No, and how do you get questions answered? You got your little chat bot on the website, and
you need to really keep your insurance with your local agents. And do due diligence there as well. When you're picking an agent, make sure that you're getting an agent that's going to be fighting for you, and always, on the protection sense of things.
I agree. I personally use a broker. Every year she shops for me when, if my rates go up. She'll give me a call before my policies due. She'll say, "Hey, Erik, I'm going to shop around a little bit."
Yeah. So we've tend to dealing with a lot of agents, in doing the insurance work that we do. And in that, we find out the laziness in the agent. I mean, honestly, it's a lazy job now. I'm not going to say all agents. I mean, some really do care about the customer, and they do care about making sure that there is always insurable value, to the relationship. Mainly in roofing is what we see, is when there's denials that occur. Is the agent willing to go the extra step, or is it a headache to him? Is the profitability standpoint, not as large to where it's something that he should attend to? You want your agent on your side at all times, and the money that he's making shouldn't be the value. I mean, what about all the years that you've never turned in a claim, right? He's never had to work for you. Well, when it comes time to working for you, you want to make sure that you're picking the right agent that is going to go to bat, going to work that channel all the way up the line, to the VP, to the president, if so, of that carrier, to making sure that the fraud that happens on the carrier side, carrier fraud, when they're denying legitimate claims. There are a couple carriers, we're not going to say now, right, that are substantially denying claims, and, they have class action lawsuits, and they're losing them every single day, but they know that the profitability is still there by denials over what their loss is going to be. Losing a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. So it's just, to them, there's still a benefit of denials. I mean, we've literally seen it firsthand, adjusters telling us flat out right to our face that, hey man, I can't approve this, and I agree with you that the damage is here, but I just can't approve it. I mean, I don't want to lose my job. I mean,
right. We all know they have their marching orders.
They have their marching orders. I mean,
sure
we've seen it. We've seen the emails. It's sick, and consumers, they don't understand. They just think, hey, I have insurance, and
they're going to automatically
I'm covered.
Look out for me.
I'm always covered. Right.
They're automatically going to look out.
And we're not going to throw any of them under the bus, but I mean, listen to the taglines, right? You're in good hands, right?
Yeah. And I would encourage
people
you
wear your neighbor
to do their homework.
It's a joke. The whole point about what we're going to be doing is going to be bringing in industry professionals. You're going to be bringing in insurance agents, bringing in adjusters, bringing in people that, they see both sides of the spectrum, bringing in public adjusters, and, letting them explain the fight that they're up against, and, legitimate claims that are denied every single day. The customer's property owners need a resource. They need an advocate. They need somebody that is going to educate them and directionalize them into an area that protects them. There's nobody protecting the homeowner right now. We just got done with a big hailstorm out in Davison, right? And every retail company that does roofing just raced to this storm because they're drowning because of this horrible economy that we're in. And, they're looking for profitability. They have no clue what they're doing in insurance. Most of them have maybe ran a couple insurance claims ever. And that is not to the consumer's best interest.
No, it's not.
Okay. You want a subject matter expert, somebody that deals with insurance, somebody that deals with the line item, somebody that deals with the insurance writing process for that estimate to make sure that that homeowner is put back to, honestly, what I feel is sometimes better than pre-loss condition, right? I mean, if you go back to pre-loss condition can be what, a 15, 20-year-old aged roof. You're not putting a 15 to 20-year-old aged roof back on.
So you're better off.
So you're better off, right? You're always going to be better off. And in that midst of that, materials have changed in 20 years. So now you're not going to be putting on felt paper, paper felt. You're going to be putting on synthetic felt. And, it's going to last. It's also going to watershed better if water is to get underneath that shingle. There's just so many more aspects. Ventilation, right? Going from can vents to ridge vent, if it's applicable. There's just so many more aspects to it.
You make a great point that they're going to be better off in most instances than they were prior to the loss.
Not all times are they going to be better off because the contractor that is looking at for the interest of the financial gain, he is looking out for maximizing his profits.
And the carriers.
Well, so let's take it back down. Let's keep on the retail aspect. In retail, their whole model is maximize profits. That's what it is. That in retail, that's what it is. In insurance, it's not maximize profits. It's regulated. It's controlled by a system of line items that have a number value on them. Keeps regulation there. In retail, there is no regulation. You got some people selling at 600 a square. You got some people selling at 11, 1200 a square. Okay. And that's going to come down to their model. And I'm not going to say right or wrong, one is worse or better than the other because I'm not their business. I don't have their overhead. I don't know what their overhead is. Maybe they offer insurance and all these other things, dental, optical, medical, whatever. And that's also back down to not educating even the sales team, the sales process. I would want my sales team to understand that I give them these options, and we work with some sort of an insurance broker that gets them the best insurance. And I'd rather pay them a little bit more and not control their aspect of what they get, and they can control their own insurance. They can control what they see, what they get, how they utilize it, what they want to spend on it. Maybe they don't want to spend that much, and I'm forcing that. So it takes it back down to the retail companies are just a different model, and they're only looking at profitability, where insurance companies, guys that run just insurance work, our whole point is we're working for free on possibly even a denial, right? We're taking that risk. There is no guarantee at all that we're going to make any money at all. But then we get the job approved. Now we facilitate. Now you have to make sure that you've hired the right contractor that not only knew the insurance process, but is also a certified contractor backed by the manufacturer, that you're going to get all the bells and whistles, that they're not looking out for profitability as well. We're going to make a profit, okay? It still has to come down. But it's a fair profit. It's a fair profit, but also...
And it's regulated.
But the bigger aspect is the integrity value, the ethical value of knowing that the homeowner is going to be up against a wall with the insurance carrier, and that we're going to advocate as strong and as hard as we can to make sure that their approval goes through. And we have multiple avenues. These retail companies, they don't even understand the multiple avenues they have to go through after a denial. They get a denial, it's like, it lost. Hey, we can give you a really good price. And that's it.
On retail. Yeah.
Instead, we've had claims run 4, 5, 6 months, a year. Literally. We just got done with a church. That was well over a year. I think it was like 14, 15 months. So, when you're talking that amount of timeline, there has to be a care that goes into this well beyond the profitability. You're doing it for the reason, that they're being wronged. And I've seen it.
I like to think of us as kind of like a roof lawyer. for our customers. You know, we're going to get in there
100%.
and fight.
We literally pitch it that way. I mean, we are your attorney. You know, let's take that out of context. You know,
quotes.
Yeah, quotes.
I did the air quotes.
We're not attorneys.
Yeah.
You know, we're not licensed adjusters. We're not licensed public adjusters. You know,
We're just people who care.
That's
who are
it.
going to fight for you.
That's it. Every day.